Welcome back, my anime family and my comic book community. Recently, I went back to go watch the old Batman Beyond cartoon series because, like I find myself doing a lot lately, even as a 28-year-old man, is going back to revisit all the good cartoon shows I used to enjoy as a kid. From Teen Titans, Batman Beyond, to even Ed, Edd n Eddy, these cartoons really hold a great place in my heart, not just because of nostalgia, but because they're actually really good, rewatchable pieces of content. Like, I still enjoy Teen Titans and Batman Beyond now as much as I did then. But while I was watching that show, it eventually led me down a rabbit hole and I began watching the Justice League Unlimited cartoon show, which is another masterpiece from the early 2000s. But I realized that one of my favorite episodes from this TV show really isn't necessarily my favorite episode anymore. And that's the episode titled Epilogue. In this episode in Justice League Unlimited, Terry basically finds out that Bruce Wayne is his biological father, which eventually leads him to Amanda Waller, where it's revealed that she's the mastermind behind the whole scheme. She orchestrated Terry's father's DNA to be overridden with Bruce Wayne's, ultimately saying that she did it for the greater good because the world needs a Batman. I remember first watching this and thinking that this was one of the greatest plot twists in animation history, that the main character of arguably one of the best Batman shows ever created was indeed the Dark Knight's son. And it also confirmed the suspicions that many of the fans have been speculating about Terry McGinnis. Even in his first on-screen appearance, fans had thought that he was Bruce Wayne's son. We took notice that his hair color didn't match his mother or his father's, but was a perfect match for Bruce's, and that he was able to pick up the mantle of Batman and deal with the stress relatively easily. And then we find out that he was literally made to do this job. But I have to ask you guys, was this a good thing? Because at the time, I'll admit, I thought it was a great plot twist to the story. But reflecting on it now as an older man and a writer, this wasn't necessarily the best turn for Terry's story, because it kind of dilutes his accomplishments as Batman, because it kind of pulls away from the original vision that the writers were going for. Let me explain. Because in a lot of future of storylines, especially superhero storylines, it's kind of a common trope that the superhero's children will end up taking up their mantle. And while this is fun to see our favorite characters develop families and lives, it is a tad bit boring. Because more often than not, that superhero's child ends up becoming just another carbon copy of that superhero. But Terry McGinnis was something different. Terry was a kid with no relation to Batman that found himself wanting to take on that responsibility to avenge his father's death. And in this journey, we got to see a new approach to someone being Batman. He wasn't as serious and as brooding as the Dark Knight, bring a more Spider-Man-esque type feel to the Caped Crusader. He was his own character, completely separated from Bruce. And in many ways, where Bruce had failed with the previous Robins, he succeeded with Terry McGinnis, seeing him as more of a partner than a sidekick. But now that he's just a clone of Bruce, we kind of lose that feeling. It's more so of no wonder he's able to be this good as Batman because he's Bruce's son. The message I got from the show now and then is that anyone can be Batman if put underneath the right conditions. With the right amount of determination, drive, and the access to the right equipment, that anyone is capable of holding that mantle and doing the right thing. Now, I'm not saying for you guys to try to become Batman in real life. Like, if you work at Walmart, don't suit up with a batarang and go out there and try to fight crime, because this is the real world. But in the fictional world of the DC animated series, this was a good message. But now that Terry is Bruce's son, it's pretty much saying you have to have Wayne blood in you in order to be a good Batman. And to me, it really does do Terry McGinnis' character a disservice as a whole. But let me know what y'all think. Does this add or take away from Terry's character? But guys, I got a jet. But once again, if you stuck with me this long, thank you so much for being a part of this journey with me. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you can get notified of the latest and greatest video. Until next time, my Bat family, peace.